welcome to my classes. Today, tomorrow my exam curriculum development. Now I read my syllabus. Understanding curriculum, nature, meaning, and elements. The curriculum is far more than a list of topics to be taught. It is total planned learning experience that an educational institute offers to its learners. It encompasses goal, content, method, and evaluation forming the बैकबोन ऑफ एवरी एजुकेशनल सिस्टम. इसकी नेचर क्या होता है? डायनामिक, पर्पसफुल एंड कॉन्टेक्स्ट सेंसिटिव, रिफ्लेक्ट सोशल societal values and educational aims. Meaning derived from Latin carere, to run a course, the structured pathway of learner. Elements: objective, content, teaching, learning experience, and evaluation strategies. A well-designed curriculum aligning learning objective with real-world needs, ensuring that education remain relevant, inclusive and transformative for all learners. हमारी सेकेंड स्लाइड है टोपोलॉजीज ऑफ करिकुलम, अ कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव ओवरव्यू. जो करिकुलम आर नॉट वन size fit all. Education and policy maker have developed distinct topology to address diverse learning needs, institutional goals, and philosophical orientation. Understanding these topology help in making informed decision about curriculum design and delivery. Teacher centered instructor as primary source of authority and knowledge. Subject centered, organized around academic disciplines and subjects. Child centered, learner needs and interests are at the core. Disciplinary, deep focus within a single academic discipline. Interdisciplinary, integration across two or more academic disciplines. Transdisciplinary boundaries, real world focus. Each topology carries distinct assumption about the role of teacher, the learner, and knowledge itself, making the choice of curriculum type a deeply philosophical and pedagogical decision. Teacher centered curriculum approach and implications. In a teacher centered curriculum, the educator is primary authority, the source of knowledge, the decision maker, and the child evaluator. The learner is largely a passive recipient of information delivered through lecture, demonstration, and direct instruction. Key approaches: instruction, direct instruction and lecturing, rote learning and memorization, standardized assessment, strict adherence to prescribed content. Implication for learning: ensure uniform content coverage, limited scope for critical thinking, efficient for large classroom, may reduce intrinsic motivation. While teacher-centered approach provide structure and consistency, they are increasingly critique for falling to nature, creativity, collaboration, and independent inquiry in 21st century learners. Subject-centered curriculum design and outcomes. The subject-centered curriculum organizes learning around distinct academic discipline, mathematics, science, history, literature, etc. Each treat as a separate body of knowledge with its own logic, method, and standard. This is the most widely practiced from a form of curriculum in formal schooling worldwide. Design principle: content is sequenced logically within each subject. Syllabi are drawn from established academic traditional and expert knowledge domain. Strength: provide depth of knowledge, clear learning outcomes, easy assessment, and structured teacher preparation. Limitation: lack integration across subject, may fail to connect knowledge to real context or learner experience. Outcome: procedures: disciplinary specialists but may not develop holistic, adaptable thinkers needed in the contemporary world. Child centered curriculum, philosophy, and application. Rooted in the philosophies of Russell, Dewey, and Froebel, the child centered curriculum place the learner, their interest, experience, development stage, and nature natural curiosity at very heart of educational planning. The teacher become a facilitator rather than an authority. Development, appropriateness, activity based learning, or intrinsic motivation. Curriculum is designed to match the cognitive, emotional, and social development of the child at each stage of growth. Learning emerges through play, exploration, project, and real life problem solving rather than passive recipiency. By honoring student interests and agency, this approach fosters a lifelong love, learning, and self-directed inquiry. Through high effective in principle child-centered approaches, peace practice and challenges include class size, standardized examination, and teacher training gap in Indian educational setting, disciplinary, interdisciplinary, and transdisciplinary curricula. These are the three approaches represent a spectrum of integration from deep specialization within a single field of discuss dissolution of disciplinary boundaries in pursuit of real world understanding. Each has distinct role in contemporary education. Disciplinary deep structured study with one disciplinary builds rigorous expertise and disciplinary identities. Interdisciplinary bridge two or more disciplines around a shared theme or problem, encourages synthesis and broad understanding. Transdisciplinary trans, transcendent all disciplines, centers or real world issues and learner experience beyond academic category. NEP 2020 strongly advocate for interdisciplinary and transdisciplinary are approaches at level. Emphasis is holistical, flexible and contextual relevant learning experience for Indian student. Curriculum and syllabi textbook dimension करिकुलम और सिलेबाई एंड टेक्स्ट बुक स्कोप कैसा है ब्रॉड है इंकम्पासिस है प्लानर लर्निंग एक्सपीरियंस नैरो और सिलेबस का नैरो है स्पेसिफिक टू सब्जेक्ट और कोर्स है इसका पर्पस कैसा है डिफाइन एजुकेशनल एम वैल्यू एंड ओवरऑल डायरेक्शन इसमें है स्पेसिफिक कंटेंट टॉपिक एंड लेसन लेवल मटेरियल फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी लॉन्ग टर्म चेंजेस स्लोली विद policy shift revised more frequently per academic cycle. Authority national state educational body ncrt scrt or syllabi board publishers and subject expert relationship guided and frame the syllabus और इसमें syllabus and textbook का operationalize the curriculum in classroom. The textbook is most valuable मतलब visible materialization of the curriculum in daily classroom practice, yet it is only one tool among many for driving the broader curriculum vision. Challenges and issues within existing curriculum framework: content overload, examination pressure, theory practice gap, equality and access. Syllabus are often overbounded with information, leverage little rooms of critical thinking, creativity, or depth of understanding. Examination pressure, highly stakes testing drive curriculum delivery towards rote memorization rather than a genuine competency development. Theory practice gap, curriculum content often remain disconnected from learners' lived realities, local context, and vocational needs. Equity and access, urban rural divides, language barrier, and socio-economic disparities create unequal access to quality curriculum delivered. The National Curriculum Framework NCF 2023 has acknowledged many of these issues and proposed significant structure reform including reduced content load, competency based progression and greater local contextual philosophical foundation of Curriculum development: idealism, realism, pragmatism, existentialism, and reconstructionalism. Philosophy provides a value framework that determines what knowledge is worth teaching, what the purpose of education is, and what kind of human being the curriculum seeks to develop. Each curriculum design consequently or unconsciously re- reset on philosophical assumption. Idealism emphasizes the mind and spiritual value. Curriculums should focus on enduring trust, great literature, and moral character development. Plato or Hegel. Realism focus on objective knowledge of the physical world. Pragmatism we value knowledge that is useful, experiential, and problem solving in nature. Existentialism and reconstructionism. Existentialism centers in individual choice and meaning. Reconstruction views curriculum as a tool for social transformation and the building of more just society. Social, cultural, political, socio-cultural, political, philosophical base of curriculum. बस इतना ही है. Beyond philosophical, curriculum development is shaped by powerful societal forces, political agendas, and our understanding of how human beings learn. A balanced curriculum must respond thoughtful to all these functions simultaneously. Sociocultural and political base. Sociocultural curriculum must reflect cultural heritage, social values, community knowledge, and linguistic diversity. Political state ideology, national integration, citizenship goal, and power dynamics shape what is include or exclude. Example: inclusion of constitutional values, freedom movement history, and regional language in Indian cultural philosophical basis. Behaviorism: Skinner, stimulus response, observation, outcomes, and reinforcement. Cognitive: Piaget, Brunner, development strategies, discovery learning. Spiritual: spiral curriculum. Constructivism, Vygotsky, social learning, John of proximal development, scaffolding, humanism, Maslow, self actualization, affective dimension of learning. A robust, a ro- robust curriculum draw from all four bases: philosophical, sociological, political, and psychological, ensuring that education is simultaneously meaningful, contextually rooted, democratically accountable, and developmentally appropriate.